Hey guys, I'm Chris Buck and a very warm welcome to Friday Fretworks, and this week I'm going to talk you through my rig for our upcoming North American tour. Well, kind of. I say kind of, because as a band based in the UK, if you tour in Europe or you tour in the UK, as long as you can get there by bus, car, train, you can take pretty much whatever you want. But obviously when you're flying overseas, it's a little bit more difficult. So there's a degree of the rig which is going to be backlined, by which I mean actually kind of rented from various companies or very kindly loaned by other companies, which I shall get into in a minute. Before we get into any of that though, I just want to say a very quick thank you for the response to last week's video, which if you didn't see it was the announcement of my first ever kind of flagship guitar course, Playing with Feel. Response has been absolutely mind-blowing. It's released on September 30th. You can get the pre-orders in now. All the links down in the description box. I'm not going to go on about that ad nauseum, but just a quick one to say thank you very much. Now, in regard to today's gear, we're in rehearsals at the moment, so it's all a little bit chaotic here. I'm not going through that little 1x8 or whatever that is up there, but I do have a rather exciting new purchase, which I wanted to show you. I don't think, honestly, I've ever put so much thought into anything in my life, any purchase in my life, as I have this, which is a guitar vault. It's a triple guitar case in essence, but obviously roadworthy, more importantly, flight-worthy as well. So goes the plan. It's by Quantum Industries. It's the GTX, and it holds three guitars in there at the moment. We'll get into that in a second, but a couple of key features. TSA approved locks, so if they do see fit to kind of rip it open and have a probe about, they don't have to break it to do so. We've got a couple of straps here which go around the necks of the guitars to hold them in place. Obviously we've got kind of molded foam at the bottom as well, kind of make sure that they're not going to move horizontally, I guess. And obviously it fits three guitars very comfortably. Anything else worth mentioning about that? Believe it or not, it actually comes under 23 kilograms as well, which is kind of like your first weight limit for flying with various bits and bobs without increasing your spend, I guess, to do so. That probably won't be relevant with this, to be honest, because we're going to stuff it full of socks and pants and any kind of extra stuff anyone wants to take on the tour. So it'll probably be just grazing under the 32 kilogram weight limit, which is incidentally what Michael's Hammond is going to be by the time it's in its flight case. That's pretty much all there is to mention that. I've got a load of handy pockets as well, for pants and socks, presumably. A sturdy front cover. Excited to see whether that arrives in New York in one piece. In regard to the guitars, first in the case, as ever, of course, Revstar, Old Faithful, not going anywhere, looking its age, as am I. Next up, moving swiftly along, we have this, of course, the Jazzmaster parts caster, Golden Age, Radio Shop pickups, Homertone, James Homertone, electronics, yada yada yada, bits and bobs, Golden Era Age relic guitar body and neck from Northern Ireland. Currently occupying the third space in the case is my Panucci 54 spec gold top. Amazing, amazing guitar. Probably won't go with me to the US. A couple of reasons. First and foremost, it's P90s. It's kind of been playing in the back of my mind that the last time we did the US, there were a couple of noisy venues in terms of power, so I guess it always pays to have a humbucker guitar on hand, just in case a venue is particularly noisy. We did a venue under a train station in Vienna a couple of years ago, which was not just noisy, but a consistent tone, just somewhere sharp of C. So that gets annoying, especially when you don't play any songs in the key of C, apparently. So I'm probably going to sharp that one for the time being and take a Gibson SG I bought recently, which is not in this case at the moment, because I had a rather calamitous experience with that, like I've never had with any other guitar, where the pedal case fell out of the van and took a considerable lump of paint at it, which still breaks my heart and makes me feel slightly sick. Hugh Price is rectifying that at present. So yeah, you shall see that pretty soon. It's a beautiful guitar though. Amps, not a great degree to tell you about, to be honest, because obviously this is the one part of the rig which is going to be not at all like this. Wish I could take my super reverb, but that definitely is exceeding the 32 kilogram weight limit, and I wouldn't trust British Airways to get that one piece to New York, so I'm staying at home, as is my trusty MkIII from Victory. Victory, however, very kindly are loaning me an MkIII, albeit the combo version. It's going to be a 2x10, I want to say, which I think is a 60 watt combo. Very kindly loaned to me by Victory. Cheers, Victory. But it scares me half to death, the prospect of doing an entire tour with just one amp. So when we land in New York, one of the first things I'm going to do is do a little bit of amp shopping, go around Brooklyn, Manhattan, wherever we are. If you have any suggestions for great guitar shops, let me know. I'm going to try and buy another combo to go with it, whether it's a deluxe reverb, whether it's a, I don't know, whatever. We'll see how much space we have in the minibus we're going to be touring in. So the amp rig, obviously not much to tell you there. We got the Radial Big Shot hid behind it. We also got this. I want to give a shout out to G7th Capos. Very kindly gave me that a little while back. They're very expensive, as capos go, and I was a little bit skeptical, if I was entirely honest, as to whether it would make any difference. But what I have noticed with that is that for the quick kind of capo changeover we have between two tracks, between Holding My Breath and Terra Firma, it kind of maintains its intonation perfectly. It's really consistent, and especially if you're trying to do it in a hurry, it's brilliant. Moving on to pedalboard. A couple of changes here, if you want to swing around, Tommy. We've got, oh, you know, you're getting old when your knees click and go off like a shotgun when you're getting down. Obviously Schmidt Array SA450 pedalboards, downsized from the SA550 XDM. XDM denoting extra deep, man. Scale back to the pedalboard I had, the kind of iteration before that, I guess. Couple of changes worth telling you about. Obviously, HX Stomp XL, doing a load of the kind of weirder stuff. Something a little bit different I'm doing with this on this tour, actually, is using the MIDI on the G3 to kind of cycle up and down through presets. We've got near enough a preset song on the HX Stomp for any of the kind of specific effects for those specific songs. 29 pedals Una, buffer at the start of the rig, just kind of keeping things moving very nicely. In the loop of the Una, we have the Golden Fleece by Mythos. Back to the original kind of mini-sized one, which does sound different. Not better or worse per se, but definitely different to its bigger brother. But obviously its bigger brother does not fit in there. We've got the Gruta Natural Selection doing a little bit of a kind of pushed germanium or silicon overdrive, boost, whatever you want to call it. Cantlebred Echo Rec being there eternity, and will be there for eternity more. Oh, Electric Lightning, my signature pedal, can't miss that. G3, obviously by Gig Rig, the brain of the rig, I guess. Got the Analog Man King of Tone, as ever. The Golden Reverberator by UA. Two presets on that, between kind of spring reverb, I guess, which is the main reverb for the evening. and then a crazy old big plate reverb as well. We've got the Echo Sex 3 by Gurus, which is the Steve Lukather signature model. We've got the small speaker Overdrive by Great Eastern Effects, tucked away down in the corner then. Got the Decibelics Golden Horse. We've got the Moore Blues Crab, the incredibly named Moore Blues Crab. EP Booster by Exotic Effects. They're the very last pedal in the chain. Again, just pushing things out a little bit hotter. All the power coming courtesy of the Gig Rig, model of power supply, and then this little jobby here shooting out the pedal board and powering the Boss RE202 Space Echo, which by virtue of its size is sadly relegated to the floor as opposed to being on the board itself. But when you kind of literally stand on that pedal at various moments throughout the set, it's probably not the worst thing that it's on the floor as opposed to the pedal board. And then first in the chain, should have mentioned, we've got the standard Dunlop Crybaby Wah-Wah. I think that's probably about it. Tommy's acoustic for evening is this, which is the Yamaha, I should know, let me look inside. It is the LL16. It's in tune when I bought it. That could do with a wipe down. That's somewhat reminiscent of the Rev Star and the Purple Rain video. Sorry about that, looks like we're eating fried chicken off that. Beautiful acoustic. And it's, yeah, going to be used for not only the set, but any kind of promotional stuff we're going to be doing on the tour, I guess. So that's definitely going on the plane. Apart from that, I think that's it, to be honest. Not much else worth telling you about. So I'm going to play you out now. As ever, thank you very much for watching. In regard to the North American tour, it's just worth saying as well that the response has been absolutely mind-blowing. Most of the shows are sold out now. The New York show was sold out in about 24 hours, but we bumped that to the much bigger Gramercy Theatre. I think there's about 50 tickets left, something like that now, and that's on the 6th of August. That's the first show of the tour. Up to Toronto for a sold-out show. We're doing Kitchener Blues Festival then in Ontario. Down to Chicago, which is sold out. Down to Minneapolis, which is sold out. We're doing Atlanta, Georgia, which is sold out. There's a couple of tickets left for Nashville. Austin, Texas at Antone's, which is mind-blowing, is sold out. Phoenix then, there's about 20 tickets left for. There's about 30 tickets left for the Troubadour, I think, in Los Angeles before that's sold out. We've got a low ticket born in Independent in San Francisco, and then we're up to concert series at Delfino Farms in Camino. Omaha as well, forgot that, didn't even forget that. We're doing Playing with Fire Festival again. Shout out to Jeff and Vanessa for getting us over there in the first place. So it's just exceeded all of our wildest expectations, to be honest, the response we've had to this tour. So very excited to actually land in New York and get things going. So I'm going to play you out now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chris Buck. This is Friday Fretworks. Pre-order my course if you're interested in all that. And I shall see you very soon. Take care. Have a good one.